scared to ride, because I know that when I'm driving, sometimes I'm busy texting or I'm not paying attention or whatever, and they know how many times they have a close call, and so they really feel safe on the road and bike. So our aim is to build a 200-kilometre network in a small area, of which about a quarter of it will be separated cycleways. And as I said, it's based on the research that we've done, and we know that that's the way out of the place where we are now. Although in the future, I hope that we can move beyond that. And we also have a lot of social programs.
Can I just say that that's 200-kilometre network in a city the size of Leicester? We worked that last night, didn't we? So
Yeah.
it's 200 kilometres in a city the same size as Leicester.
I think it's a bit over-ambitious, and I don't think we'll get quite that far.
It's a good size.
Yeah.
What do we have? Andy, what do we have? What do we have in Leicester? Do you know?
Segregated.
In terms of cycle network,
Segregated cycle network.
right, yeah, I mean, you're talking about 29, it's 10% of that.
Into
Big on the side of Leicester.
on road, on pavement. That include everything. That include the bus lanes. And
No, in terms of segregated. Yeah.
Probably if you include cycle lanes and bus routes, you're probably getting up towards about 100 kilometres. So it's twice.
We've got 100 kilometres existing of various types of facilities, most of which I'd like to have removed and replaced with something else. So we've got a whole lot of social actions as well that are part of the strategy. Change is really, really difficult, getting people to change. But the way I see it is that it's similar to what's happened in the past with building public health infrastructure. In the Victorian era, in the 1900s, there was a massive move, massive urbanisation where people moved into the cities. And when people were really crowded in, of course, major epidemics, and they had to dig up the streets and put in sewer systems and water pipes and to prevent those epidemics. And today, well, from the 1950s on, we had suburbanisation, where people fled from the cities and moved further and further out, became more and more car dependent, and gave us the obesity epidemic. So again, we have to dig up the roads and put in some public health infrastructure. And I think just like it was then, it's controversial, it's disruptive, but absolutely necessary for public health. As I said, we've got research on why people don't ride, and it's safety, it's fear of traffic more than anything else. And this is asking non-cyclists, infrequent riders who are riding less than once a month, maybe once a year, and potential riders who don't have a bike but might be talked into it, aren't interested. In terms of what will get people riding more, and this is the non-regular riders, so this is excluding cyclists. Basically, 84% of people would definitely ride more, or at least maybe would ride more, or would ride if they had safe infrastructure. All of our research, by the way, is on our website, so we're ready to share all the information we've got. So, as a result, realising that separated cycleways were the only way we're going to break that barrier. But our roads are very narrow, so we've only got, you're talking metres or feet?
I'm talking metres.
We've got 12.8 metre roads. So currently we've got a parking lane on each side and a traffic lane, and then we've got the space in between those lanes, the door zone, which is where the bikes have to go, because we're not going to go anywhere else. So what we've done is we've compressed those 4 lanes, shoved them over by taking the door zone out from each side and putting that together on one side and putting a separator. So we've got 2.4 metre bi-directional cycleway, 0.4 separator, and the 2 parking and travel lanes are just compressed. And we get complaints from people when we put in a cycleway in the street saying, but I'm going to have to be careful when I open my door. I've got that beforehand. Wouldn't have done this. So that's how we fit in the separated cycleway in residential streets, in the CBD or in the central business district, or in our industrial areas where we've got to cater for truck or bus movements. We need wider lanes, and so then we need to replace the parking lane. But that's incredibly controversial, as I said, because it's such a minority thing. Bi-directional cycleways mean challenges at intersections. It makes it very difficult to make intersections safe. So a lot of the work that we do goes into that aspect of things. So I'll just show you a few. That's our first one that was opened in May 2009. It goes for 180 metres in King Street in the city, but it does connect up an off-road cycle cycleway. This is Union Street in Pyrmont, and you can see how we've got the 2 parking lanes and 2 travel lanes still there. The footpaths are unchanged, and we've got room for the cycleway. And this one we've got more than 500 bikes an hour in the morning peak using this. And you can see it's not that well used by cars. This is Burke Street in Surrey Hills in the shopping area, where we've again got both parking lanes and travel lanes. This is again Burke Street further north, and this is Burke Road in Alexandria Industrial area where we've taken the parking lane. When we did take the parking lane in that industrial area, the guy who owns most of the land in that suburb has taken us to the Land and Environment Court to demand that it be ripped up. So we're currently facing all the court-related actions from that. This is Kent Street in the central business district, which connects that Harbour Bridge into the city centre.
Just all the roads that you're showing seem to be empty of cars, and all the cyclists are on these little strips.
Yeah. But the drivers will tell you that the cycleways are always empty, no one uses them, and they're always jammed in traffic, including the roads minister comes, he's actually a country bumpkin, but when he's attending Parliament and living just down the road from Parliament House, he drives every day along this street here, and he gets to Parliament House every day, absolutely incensed that he's stuck in traffic and there's an empty cycle.
Do the cyclists have to use the cycleway? Is that law? Or could they use the roadway if they
can use the roadway,
They could,
yes.
like we can here.
Yeah. There's a rule 247 or 267 is that if there's a bike lane, you must use it. But this is technically not a bike lane, it's a bike path. We've
Right.
made that way so that they can still use the road.
Okay.
Because the design that we use, we're not building these for cyclists. The cyclists who are confident to ride on the road and are happy to do that, we're happy for them to continue to do that. And actually we are building this for the mums and their kids to ride to school and ordinary people.
So is there a legal difference in the cycle path and the cycle lane?
Yeah, it's just the sign you use.
Oh, right, okay.
Mostly, whether it has bike lane or bike only, these have bike only.
Okay, interesting.
So we get drivers being upset that there are still people using the roads, but
Yeah.
including the roads mixed. So intersections, as I said, is a real challenge. One of the ways to handle the challenge to safely get everyone to share is to time separate them, obviously, with traffic signals, and most of the intersections in the city itself, in the central business district, are signalised. What that means is the state government controls the signals. So we put in the cycleway, they make the traffic signals work so badly for bikes, that a lot of bikes use the road because then they can at least go when the car is on. So it's a massive battle for us to try and get the state government to make it workable. Shared environment intersections for minor laneways and very small side streets, we didn't want the bikes to have to stop for the side street traffic. And so we've gone for this sort of Dutch style treatment where we terminate the side road and sort of have a footpath continuation effectively, so that the bikes have the priority in the right of way over traffic that's either turning in or coming out of the side street. We've been allowed by the state government to do that on a trial basis. If anyone gets killed, we have to cancel it. But yes, so far so good with that. On busier roads, we do a bend out intersection where the bikes have priority, but it bends out a bit so that the curve slows the bike riders down a little bit to make sure everyone has time to assess the intersection. Cars have room to stall without blocking through traffic, and the car exiting the side street can stop, let the bikes pass, and then stop up closer where they have a good view of the intersection before continuing. So we've done this study of shared environment intersections compared with these and other give-way intersections, and it's much of a muchness really. People don't feel 100% safe on any of them, but they're all working reasonably well. The difficulties that we've faced in this, in inner Sydney, residents of inner Sydney are actually really supportive of cycleways. So 84% of them think it's really important to have a good bike network, and 75% support the construction of the network. But it's all the people in the rest of Sydney, the media, the state government, businesses and everyone else who opposes what we do. So as I said, the media is saying that we're ruining the city, The state government is so incensed that we're ruining the city by putting these on some of our local roads that they've changed the legislation to take away power for transport traffic from the city, so they can control the whole thing, which we think will work really well in our favour, because once they actually have to take responsibility and will put a stop to things in a more public way, then we reckon we can have that battle in the public domain and hopefully win. But it's really a massive battle that we're having. Businesses, as I said, one landowner taking us to court to try and have a cycle removed because it's affected parking in the street. Residents, of course, upset with construction and parking loss when there is, even if it's just a little bit of parking loss. A motoring opinion writer for the anti-cycleway paper lives in the street where, when we put the cycleway in, the residents said, oh, why are you putting the cycleway in? We'd like an extra pedestrian crossing here. That means that there's no longer the parking spot outside his house because you're not allowed to park in front of the pedestrian crossing, so our cycleway has removed all the parking in the street. So yeah, it's a big battle.
Can I just say that this is Burke Street, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. When I was there, a friend who lives on Burke Street, and he walks into the city or catches a bike and walks halfway or catches a bus, and he said, oh yeah, there's cycleways, I don't know, you know what's going on here. He said, I actually like it, not because of the cycleways, he's not a cyclist, but he likes the way they stack it up and build gardens all the way down.
Yeah. So that's another important thing, is that because we've put a whole lot of public domain improvements in at the same time, it makes it more costly, it makes the construction time much longer, but it gives such a nice result that when we go to do the next